Hand loading 9mm Ultra, also known as 9mm Police. Hello YouTube, this is Firebrand Chris, and as you may have heard from the introduction, I will be hand loading 9mm Ultra, also known as 9mm Police. Now, I know we all love carbide sizing dies, but for this video, unfortunately, I will not be using a carbide sizing die. I don't know if you've had any dealings with 9mm Ultra Police cartridge or brass. It has a taper, sort of like 9mm Luger. I suppose they could make a sizing die that was made out of carbide, but it'll probably cost a lot of money. So, just gonna loop 10 of them. My fangled Hillshire form container. Make sure. Should be enough lubing. Let that dry a little bit. Alright, in this step we're going to be sizing the brass. Now, if you've never had dealings with 9mm Ultra, you know it has a tapered case with a rebated rim. So, Redding shell holder number 10 works for 9mm Ultra. I think that also works for 380 Auto as well. So we're going to stick that in there. I'm using CH4D dies, so I already got them set up. Just put them in there. Stick our first piece of brass in there. See. That's good. Make sure that goes in there. I always got one piece of brass that doesn't want to conform to the rest. Now, let me clarify some things. Technically, 9mm Ultra and 9mm Police are not the same thing. They do have the same case dimensions, but for all intents and purposes, there's very little reloading data out there for this cartridge. I actually do have some fiocchi reloading data. So you're going to have to play around with it. Now, I believe 9mm Police may have slightly more pressure, but don't quote me. I did get a chance to shoot some of Fiocchi's 9mm Police, and it was seriously over pressure. Had bulging primers and all that type of stuff. What I did notice with this Fiocchi brass is a lot of the primer pockets were off center, so just have to pay attention to that. Make sure you go real slow. And there you have it, there's 10. Okay, now on this stage, like always, we're going to be priming the brass. Now for this, I'm using CCI's small pistol primers on this primer strips, so you're not going to see a part of this video where I'm loading primers into the strip. I have my RCBS hand priming tool, the one labeled SP for small primer. I'm going to go ahead and load the strip. See if you guys can see it. There we go. Now one thing I love about these the RCBS hand priming tool is it pretty much works with all the calibers that I have, you know, all the cartridges. So I don't need to stick in shell holders and stuff like that. It's got this little adjustable tool on the inside that clings to the ram. Stick it on there. Whoop, just one squeeze. Let me see. Primer's in there. Now we're going to do the other 10. One thing I've found is CCI primers tend to work really well with fiocchi brass and Starline brass, so they seem to just slide right on in. Now I do have some fiocchi leadless small pistol primers. Only trouble that I've ever had with those is PPU brass. You know, the fiocchi leadless primers didn't really, they had like a tight fit, and sometimes they wouldn't go in there at all, so that's 10. Okay, in this stage we're going to be dispensing the powder charge. Now if you've seen my previous videos, you know I really do hate this part, because I need a better powder tray. Now, since this is, I've loaded up Hornady XTPs before for 9mm police. This is just an initial load for this round, because I've never used this bullet type before. But I do hand load 9mm Makarov. So some of the load data is interchangeable. I mean, you have to tweak it a little bit. Start low and then work yourself up. Probably after this, I put the dispense powder in this 5th cartridge. We'll fast forward to the seating of the bullet and crimping. This process can be pretty long. Pretty sure you guys don't want to sit and watch this. Okay, at this stage, we are going to be seating the bullet and crimping all in the same operation. Now, naturally, I'm not a big fan of seating and crimping in the same operation, but this die set only came as part of you know, a sizing die, expander die, and a seater/crimping die. So I don't know how much money it would cost probably to have somebody make a dedicated crimping die for this. So I've gotten it to where it's just right, where it works, without applying too much crimp and smashing the hard cast bullet. So keep in mind, these are 100 grain hard cast bullets, and I tried to pick a bullet that best mimicked what Fiocchi makes, and this was this bullet. Stick that on top of there. There you go. 100 grain 9mm Ultra / police round. Like I was saying though, this is just an initial load, so I don't know how this is going to perform, but I can always work myself up, to a decent, comfortable, load for it. It ain't on. Turn the AC up. Here it is, the finished product. We have not 10 but 11. I actually picked up another size piece of brass along the way and loaded that up, so we have 11 rounds. I'll load up a few more, so that way I'll have at least 50 or something to test out, maybe 30. Next to my hand loads, we have some factory loads. As you can see, I tried to pick a bullet profile for my cast load that kind of mimicked the factory load, and I think I got close. These are supposed to be 1,065 feet per second, and I can believe it because the primers were bulging, overpressure or something, I don't know. But I'm just building these to be a plinking round, 100 grains. Other than that, I'll load some more up, take these out to the range, test them out. Look forward, maybe I'll make another video loading XTP rounds in this. Other than that, feel free to comment, and thanks for watching.